Hello. So I posted a poll on the channel a couple days ago, and I was surprised by the votes. We're gonna try knocking out 2 videos. I'm gonna try recording 2 videos. Today is gonna be the winner post, which was the main surprising one. We're just gonna do maintenance, and I'm gonna talk to you guys. I feel like this should be like a stream, you know. I haven't done any live streams yet, but I think it's that fear that I'm going to be talking to myself or maybe 2 people who just don't interact. So I don't think that's going to be beneficial at all, especially for any replays. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Possible streams. I mean, I think we're almost at 1,000 followers. I think that's a lot. 1,000 people is a lot of people. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, 1,000, isn't great to the all the YouTube channels that are out there. But I think it's a huge milestone that I do want to hit. Almost there. It's been a year and a half, and yeah, I mean, I think we can do it. It's December 1st. Can we finish off the year with 1,000 followers? I know a lot of it's on me because I don't post consistently. I might have to do a lot more shorts, but it is what it is. I started this not wanting to make it feel like a job, just trying to help anybody out there with my personal experiences and opinions, and hopefully it's done so. So yeah, I guess let's do some maintenance. I did record like an hour-long video the other day with me just doing water changes, kind of just ranting and talking about just random things, but the audio was really bad because all you can hear were my filters and the sponge filters, the air and everything, whatever. So I turned off my, what's it called? Inline air pump, and then shut off my noisiest filter. So hopefully it's a little bit better. There are some other filters, like with the water levels lower, so the water is hitting the surface. It's getting a little loud, but let's just do a couple things and then just talk. Hopefully that works for you guys. Thank you guys for, choosing or voting on the poll, and your opinions really matter to me. So let's get to it. I think something I've been procrastinating on a lot of stuff, but the main thing is getting this 40 breeder to this level. So this houses all my super reds, all the breeders, at least. They're all in there. And then, you can tell by the caves, I think that second one right there has a male guarding eggs, or should be wigglers by now. I noticed that a couple days ago, but I want to do that for this one. This has been like my catch-all focus. It's kind of just where I put the plant spikes, Pleco caves, just to, I don't know, just to waterlog them. I don't know, clean them, whatever it is, but I put them in there. And then this has, just, okay, so lazy mode. Sometimes I would just siphon water straight down into here so I don't have to get out my big water pump. But this has just been kind of sitting overrun by snails, because in here, when I see like big guys like this, or on the glass, I'll just pick them out and just toss them in here. Sometimes I would do that so I have some snacks that I can feed the flower horn. I haven't been doing it for too long. Like, I don't know if he likes them or not. He eats them, but you've got to think that shells probably aren't the greatest to digest or eat, I guess. So I don't know if I'm going to continue with that. Yeah, but let's get started. Main thing we're going to do is all that hard water stain crust line we're going to clean off. We're going to take a razor blade, a clean sponge, and then scrub it down. I'm gonna siphon out all this gunky water, all the little bits in there. I want to take out all these snails, clean out those sponge filters. I'm still debating if I want to lay a substrate like this. I'm leaning towards yes, because when I started this, like, all this is what is this? Pool filter sand and just pea gravel. And I only had a couple plants, and they just started taking off like crazy. Like these are all uh, reproductions. What's that word called? I don't know. Whatever it is. I mean, they've just all been sprouting. I'm pretty sure I didn't plant all those jungle valves. There's so much more back there. There's just a lot going on, and it's really taken off. Um, I don't fertilize. I lie. I don't regularly fertilize. I have done it, maybe like once every 2 months, like whenever I remember, whenever I feel like doing it. But it's been doing so well, and it's just running off all the gunk that the plecos are giving off. So yeah, I mean, guys, you can do it. Just gravel, just sand. If you pick the right plants, they can thrive. Also, okay, don't mind that. I added a couple giant water lettuce in here, maybe like 3 pieces, and they've just taken off. Um, I'm pretty sure those are baby water lettuce. They almost look like salvinia or, I don't know, big frog bit. I don't know, but maybe it is. No, I feel like they are just small water lettuce, just judging by the root systems that they have. But the big ones, they kind of died off, but there's so many more small ones in their place. Okay, let's get to this. What I gotta do is take out everything. Usually I have a lid for a Tupperware bin. I'm not sure where the Tupperware bin is. So I'll just put out everything, put it on here. I might have to fill it with water just so it drains out better, just because this tank is on the floor. It's so low that I cannot siphon properly using the gravity method. And I'm too lazy to get out my pump, and I feel like the pump doesn't really take out the gunk anyways. So I guess I'm just trying to think on the fly here. Do I just siphon more water out of here and then add clean water to here? That would make sense, right? Instead of just adding clean water to here. Um, yeah, let's do that. Okay, let me stabilize the camera so I can go hands free. So I've got my larger diameter hose. I'm just gonna try to see if I can even siphon from here, which I don't think so. Yeah, no, it's not happening like I want it. So let's siphon from here. No problem. Obviously, the bucket is a lot lower than the water, so it will siphon without any issues. While I'm siphoning, let's try to either suck up some snails or some detritus. This is all I really do. I don't mess with any gravel vacuuming. Um, the plants have gotten to a place where they can use up all the nutrients from the waste anyways. So, it doesn't really make a big difference. Whenever I siphon, I do like to check the watercolor. Um, just because if I see that it's more tinged, I don't even know if you can see that. That's probably time for a water change anyways. I don't know why I siphoned into this bucket, because I wanted to do it into the tank. You guys didn't tell me. All right, so water's going into the tank. Normally when I do stuff like this, when it's not like a full water change time, I like to make sure that, if we kind of clean the glass here, I like to make sure that the water doesn't drop below the filter intake, just so I don't have to shut it off or anything. Same goes for heaters. I feel like it's just an additional hassle. And if you guys can see this tank, I mean, obviously there's a lot of water agitation, but it's super gunky, super cloudy. It's like brown. And we're just about there at the filter line. Okay, I don't think that's enough water, but we're gonna start there. I'm gonna empty out this bucket. Oh, I'm gonna start putting some fresh water in here. I still don't think I'm gonna be able to siphon this out. So it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get clean. So I let it definitely run too long like this, and it's got more dirtier over time. The best way to get it completely clean, obviously, would be to remove it. But the way the stand works is I'm gonna have to remove this, take off the bottom board to disassemble it, and then slide this out. And I don't feel like doing that because that's just gonna be a lot of work. So we're probably just gonna have to keep flushing and rinsing this out repetitively, which I also don't know if I want to do. There's so many snails. I want you guys to see. You see all that? It's all snails that got caught in the intake of the sponge filter. I'll just toss that in the garbage. I wonder if this one's like that too. No, this one isn't. But it does have a lot of snails on it. So let's just pull them off. Okay, let's get started there. This Aqueon imitation python, I don't know if my camera's crooked or not. I've been using for like, seriously, like almost 10 years. The same hose, same unit, nothing changed, no failures. So this is probably one of my longest term pieces of equipment that I have in this fish room. Literally, it's moved everywhere with me. I've never bought a new one, never had to. So it works. The only thing is, 99% of the time, I use this only to fill water, not to take out, just because it uses a gravity system where it's pressurized, so you've got to turn on the faucet to be able to suck out the water. And a lot of my tanks are either at level or lower than my sink, so it doesn't work. It's not strong enough to push water to work against gravity, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't do that. But for removing water, yes, or adding water, it is great. All right, got water slowly going. Got my handy dandy API water conditioner. Still, guys, this is best bang for the buck if you're not looking to do any binding of ammonia, nitrates, nitrites. I never measure it. I mean, I know about what it should be based off the lines. Usually overdo it, I guess, is better than underdoing it. So while that fills, let me empty this out and rinse out these filters. I'm just gonna pull out all the things in there. The caves, got a driftwood, a heater. I just gotta double check if that's working or not. Then try to siphon out the water. I don't know if it's gonna work. Then maybe I'll clean the glass. All right, got the razor blade. Oh shoot. And then a scrubby. And we're just gonna go at it. So I guess I haven't been uploading too much because I started a new job recently, and it's required me to, I don't know, it's required a lot from me. It's pretty much a sales position, and my territory is pretty much the whole Chicagoland area. So between the northwest suburbs to the south suburbs to downtown area, I'm on the road, just driving around a lot, um, and it's tiring. Like, don't get me wrong, I like it. You know, it's better than just oh yeah, sitting at a desk, which was what my previous job was. Um, yeah, so I do like it, but it's different. It's different. I've never done like a sales position before. It's more like a sales and marketing for a restaurant chain. So I just drive around trying to find businesses to gain more business. But it's just fun. It's fun. And then of course my kids. We've got cheerleading state competitions this weekend. They just did their first round yesterday. They both did really well. And then final round is tomorrow, which we're really excited for, nervous too. But this is not their first go around, so it's not going to be too bad. All right, razor blade works a charm. I am still going to the GCCA swap on Sunday, which is in a couple days. And I do plan on making that video also. But since this video option got the most votes, figure I'll knock this one out first, and we can do that one second. And I'll probably just go down the list since every option got some votes. So, yeah, gotta give the people what they want. If you guys have ideas for some certain things you guys want to see, let me know. Something new that's come in is I've acquired a new hobby that's also expensive, which is 3D printing. I've been looking at 3D printers for a long time. It's always piqued my interest, but I've just never taken the plunge. So I know there's a learning curve, and I've been trying to learn that. But the main reason is so many applications. You guys have to let me know when that gets full. So many applications can be used for 3D printing in the aquarium hobby, as well as the plant hobby, plant keeping, house plant, I don't know what they call it, which are also my other hobbies. For instance, the plant holders from Apothecary, those are all 3D printed. The little half tunnels for bettas that I've used, those are 3D printed. Literally, it's just plastic. It's aquarium safe. So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool, and it saves me from having to buy them every time. All right, so I feel some resistance. I don't see it, but I feel it. So we'll just give everything a good little scrape. So I think it definitely is an investment, because obviously off the bat, it is substantially greater than any pieces that you'll probably buy that has been 3D printed. But for a long-term effect and creativity possibilities, I think it's definitely worth it. Oh, there's also a fry tray from, what's his YouTube account, Lowell's Lab, that he created. He's tested, and then it looks fantastic. And he doesn't sell it. He only shares the file, which you can print on your own. So that's definitely on the top of my list of what I want to print. And I'm just gonna start siphoning. to add more water and clean. Because I know there's not going to be enough water. So it lets me get a little bit more of a water change. So just like be careful not to get any fry, which are actively swimming around right now. But try to target siphon the snails. What else is going on? Thanksgiving was good. Hopefully you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up. Let's see. Oh, gotta start Christmas shopping. I don't know if you guys are like big Black Friday shoppers, but I didn't do too much. I bought a couple things, and just like always, they were all for myself. I mean, not because I'm selfish, but I just can't think of gifts to buy during that time. I always say I want to, but it just never happens. Every time you're shopping, of course, something you want pops up and is on sale. Well, no, why not? What else? I don't know. Is that it? No, I don't think so. Just trying to pay attention to make sure I don't suck up any of these little guys. I do plan on adding another pleco species this weekend. Trying to work out a deal with the seller, the breeder. I don't think he's a breeder. I think he's more of a seller at the swap to acquire a new trio. I'm not going to say what they are, but if they are a pleco, I've just been having really good luck with them, the plecos, so I want to try continuing. I don't know why there's so many fries swimming around. But they are a little pricey. Are they my most expensive ones? Technically, yes. Okay, so I got the Starlight for about 40 bucks, but they were like an inch. If you go off of that, then no, the Starlights were the most expensive. These are 50 bucks a piece, but they are like 3 inches. So, you know, that's math, I guess. But I do want to get those. I've been eyeing them for a while. Just finally thought I would pull the trigger because the zebras aren't coming down. Not yet, at least. Okay, let me try to siphon this water out. Just kidding. I'm gonna remove out. It's always hard to try to record videos and stay on track with what you want to do. This wood just has a whole bunch of snails. This was the wood I pulled from the river, and I've used it in a couple tanks already. Still doing good. No, it doesn't smell or anything. You know, I have a weird habit of sniffing things. I mean, like in the most innocent way as possible. And there's a lot of snails in these caves. Maybe I should just empty them out to the bucket. See, you hear all that? God, it's like marbles. Sheesh. All right, a couple more. And there are a lot more things I want to do. I just don't know when I can find the time. Like I have these 3 cube, rimless cube tanks lying around that I still want to set up. But where and when and how and what I even want to escape them with. Oh, that's another thing. Rimless tanks, they look beautiful, but I just cannot stand how fast the water evaporates. And then they all, because I don't keep on top of it, because I'm lazy, they all create a nice thick hard water line. Which is not pleasant to look at. Let's see how this goes. There we go. All right, got some action. I've got some, I can't remember if this is, I think this is crushed aragonite in here, but I'm just going to suck out everything, whatever I can. I'm not going to deal with trying to target the detritus and snails and leave the aragonite. It's not even a lot, but I think, yeah, it's not important. I don't even think I would use that in this tank anyways. I mean, if I have some left over at the bottom, it's not a big deal. I'll just put substrate on top of it, but it's not my concern because I know there's a lot of gunk hiding under it. All right. I feel like the flow is slowing down. All right, I'm not sure how much of this process is going to make the video. I don't know if this fluff is interesting at all. So you guys, I mean, it's the same thing for 20 minutes. But we are making progress. It's slowly still siphoning, but it's slowing down. If you guys can see, you guys like the aragonite is not even making it up the tube. It's just doing a gravel vac type of thing. I think the snails are, which is weird. All right. There we go. You guys can see it all stuck in there. So it's not even a 5-gallon bucket yet. But I'm definitely going to need some more water, so we're just going to do the same thing. Except I don't want aragonite in my mouth. So I still do want to do more houseplant tanks and talk about that more because it is something I'm still very interested in, and it seems like a lot of other people are too. So there will definitely be more videos about that. Oh, we did get a new a stove and a dishwasher on Black Friday. I mean, I feel like it wasn't that much on sale. We only got a couple hundred off for kind of doing the bundle and save. Better than nothing, and we needed them anyways. Just did Home Depot. They just installed them today, actually, a few hours ago. My wife's more excited than I am. But yeah, I mean, I guess if it makes her happy. To be honest, I don't know. I probably have siphoned up a fry or something. All right, dump it, and let's repeat. I think we're adding a little bit more. Can't remember if I did it again. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to add it, keep adding it like as I'm removing water, but I feel like when you're removing water, you're removing some of the dechlorinator too. All right. Water's looking better. Ground's looking clearer. Snails are looking less. And then I think the rest we'll be able to take out with the water pump. There's snails stuck in the tube. That's the best way to do this. No. Nope. Oh, almost. Nope. Those. Perfect. All right, let's dump this and stop the water. So that was pretty good progress, actually. I think a lot was accomplished, even though it doesn't seem like it. That's pretty good. Okay. Don't want to do it, but I feel like I gotta get the big siphon or the big water pump. This is what happens. It's because a lot of snails went down there. Gotta, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fish them out. Holy moly. All right. So this is my siphon. I'm gonna bring this guy who's already hosed up. So you guys can probably see why I hate doing this. Just takes so long and on these hoses and yada yada. Okay. So make sure we don't kill the plants. Check this guy in here. This pump's been going strong too. Probably like 3, 4, 5 years. All right. I'm gonna plug in into my outlet. All right. And sucks away. So it's got really small, you can see those little vents on the top and on the side. So not a lot of large debris gets in there. So I definitely like siphoning first. Then we'll just kind of cloudy up the water a little bit, agitate it so it gets more out. You guys can even see that. All right, we'll let that do its thing. Get as low as it can. But let's go and check out what we got going on. Obviously, I turned off all the pumps, so tanks are very still. This one always stays cloudy for some reason. Even though I tried emptying and filling it. I think it's a sponge filter thing. I might need to clean that guy out. All right, so the water lines are low here just because, I don't know, it's kind of weird that you can see my face. Just because I had it high and I feel like it was too much water. The plecos weren't close enough to the ground to eat. so they would starve. So I did that here. As you can see, there's a lot of, these are my uh, blue eye lemon longfin fry. They finally bred for me after, I don't know, it was probably like half a year. Half a year they did absolutely nothing, and there's a lot of them. There's a good amount. Probably at least 3 males and 3 females. There's another one in this cave, but they didn't do anything for the longest time since these are actually the fry last, which they're still kind of small, but I feel like it's been about 6 months. Um, but yeah, they finally bred for me. Like 2 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So I'm super excited about that. So hopefully it's like breeding season. Every water change, I try to, refill with colder water, so they have that pretend like it rained effect, which triggers spawning. But this tank, I just cannot get rid of the algae, and the algae just takes over, and my Monte Carlo just never filled in. So it's been really discouraging. I'm starting to try dosing Excel because I heard this could work with algae, but we will find out. I will let you know. This is I still haven't done anything, but it's empty. It's got no fish in there. Um, but this guy, okay, this sounded dangerous. This guy I want to change. I think I want to put my got a cube tank there. We got this guy, and I got one more somewhere, but maybe put two side by side up there. I don't know, just something else where it's gonna interest me. But here we go. We're running pretty dry, so we will unplug this. And they don't have an on-off button. You just plug it, unplug it, and that's your on-off. So as you can see, they're not looking bad. It's not bad at all. Like if I probably just filled this tank right now, the water would look pretty clear. But I'm gonna pop off a couple of these little friends. And I just want to make sure that there's no eggs anywhere, because my hatred for snails has multiplied greatly since I have them in all of my tanks now. Like there was a tank that I just like freshly set up. I barely even transferred anything over. I forget which one it was, and then all suddenly just snails just started popping up. And it's the worst because the eggs are stuck on the glass and kind of hard to remove, and they're clear pretty much, so it makes it difficult. Oh, I mean this guy too. I don't know where these snails came from, because all this wood, it didn't come from any other tank. Probably the plants that I put in a long time ago, because that would be the only culprit. But now they're everywhere. There, down there, there, back there. There, I mean, they're all over this tank. One right there. This little guy on the leaf. Salosi's doing good. Rusty's doing fine. I've got two in here that are carrying. One right there. You can see the chin that's dropped. And there was one more. Oh, right there. Right? That one behind the blue. Right, that one. That's going in that little hole. Also has a dropped chin. You can kind of make it out there. I did pull one in there, and she only spit out like 5 or 6 fry. Because if I leave them in here, the fry do not survive. I don't know who the cannibal is, but somebody's killing them off or eating them for little snacks. I do have some that I am selling this weekend, so this tank will look a little bit lighter, not color-wise, but emptier. Yeah. All right. So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I think we're just gonna fill this guy with water, because if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna do it for a while, And then the water is probably just gonna evaporate and then make more hard water lines, stains. We'll do that. Actually, we'll do cold water so I don't waste my hot water in case my family wants to shower. And I'm not putting any livestock in there. Oh, that's the other thing. Another reason why I want to do this project is because I'm getting those new fish this weekend. I need to free up at least one tank, ideally 2 tanks of my 10 gallons for the new fish I'm getting in. The plecos that I'm getting in should be breeding size, so hopefully they will breed. What else am I getting in? I'm getting in another type of fish, hopefully. Actually, they might be plecos too, which I'm just going to quarantine to keep them separated for at least a month. So both of those will need their own tanks, even though they're coming from the same person. It's always better to be safe. So, speaking of quarantine, my snow whites are still doing fine. They're still alive. I mean, it's definitely time to take them out because this tank is small. So we'll definitely want to use another tank for that as well. I mean, it's nothing pretty, but it served its purpose as a quarantine. It's probably been 2 months. So they're definitely good. I feel like they've only gotten a tad bit bigger. They seem like they're picky eaters. They do like the green beans the best. But just like every other tank, snails just popped up out of nowhere. So I hate feeding tanks heavy if I know there's snails in there, because then all the snails just eat the food. But this guy is filling up. It's probably gonna take a while. So what do I do? Let's go talk about other stuff, huh? I recently did a plant import. So it's kind of dark in here. All right. So friends of mine and myself, this is my bathroom, by the way, in the basement, so the echo, but we imported a lot of plants from Thailand. So now I've imported fish and plants, but the plant process was fairly simple, straightforward. And let me show you what I'm working with. So these are all my plants from Thailand. When we got them in Thailand, it was really hot, like, I don't know, 100 degrees, very humid. Brought them here probably 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, in November, 40 degrees, cold. So they're all in rehab. Like this guy, this Monstera aurea, it's already lost its largest leaf. These strawberry shakes, like this one, this stems from 2 leaves that already popped off or they just dropped. This guy, this kind of browning is normal just because, photosynthesis and light parts don't do well. This one lost a leaf. That one lost its main leaf, so it's just a stem that I'm hoping to bring back to life. What else? Oh yeah, I have another large plant that was not doing well in here, so I moved it over to my water propagation, which is right here. So this beautiful, huge Thai constellation, look at that, double fenestrations. Like I said, the browning of the light parts is perfectly normal, but it was getting a new leaf when it was shipped, and that just completely crisped off. But also the largest leaf of this one, it just fell off. When I had it in the bathroom, it was just in regular water kind of sitting, so it started to get root rot. But I transferred it over here because there's more agitation. I've got the bubbler over here, plus that guy who keeps slipping to create more oxygen in the water, which will prevent root rot. Got my 3 Medaka left. Those are my final 3 from all those Medaka that I did have. All those eggs. I mean, the Medaka project was unfortunately a failure. So I don't know if I'm going to do that again. We'll see. I mean, I still do like Medaka, and I think it's a really cool concept because like that tank, it doesn't have a heater in it. The water's probably 69 degrees. Because the tanks in here without heaters stay between 69 and 71, depending on the time of day. But yeah, look, water's pretty clear, so we're doing good. I might just start scaping it or tossing in substrate at least. Figure out. But this guy, obviously, I don't need to dechlorinate because the chlorine's gonna dissipate after 24 hours anyway. I don't think chloramine does, but I don't think I've had that issue. I don't think I have chloramine in my water. I mean, I probably do. Who knows? I should probably just dechlorinate before I add fish, but I'm still going to do another water change before I add fish anyway, so I can add dechlorinator then. I think my crypt, I think that's a new leaf. It's pretty green. That guy's doing good. What else? You see, this is the thick water line I'm talking about because I don't stay on top of topping off like I should. And I do have two auto top offs like this. Look how thick this line is. What's that? But I think that's it. I do have a couple more filters coming in because this one I let run dry too long. You can see how gross that area is. And the filter got really hot, or the propeller motor got really hot that I don't know what happened. Like, it still works, but every time I put it in, water leaks from right where it connects. So I don't know if it kind of warped the plastic. So I had to toss it. And actually, I'm just kidding. I didn't toss it. It's still sitting in my sink because I'm the worst at doing things. But yeah, it's no good. I do have to toss it. I got a couple more coming in, but that's about it. I know nothing's really thriving here except for my plecos, which I've learned if something works, stick to it, just like my plants. I know which plants work with my water and my laziness, I guess. So there's certain plants that I will stick to. Obviously, if there's something that I really want to try, I will try it. Or if there's a plant that I really liked, I failed before, I might try it again just because things could be different. Or I'll put it in a different tank where it's different from the last time I put it. But I think that's really it. That's really important. Do what works, but always try new things. Like, if you have fish that are doing great and you still enjoy them, stick with that fish or stick with that specific species. Like Mbunas, like my cichlids, they're doing great. I've got great water for them. If I wanted to, I might, I could start another tank with a different type of Mbuna, or yeah, something similar. Like, plecos are doing great, so I will keep with plecos. Guppies, not so hot, so I'm kind of leaning off of those. Medaka, not doing too great, so I'm probably not gonna buy any more of those. But you guys, everything's an experience. You learn from everything you do, hopefully. So I think that's a valuable lesson. What else? Same goes with plants. There are certain plants that I enjoy keeping and I can, make them grow. Certain plants that just don't like me, and in turn, I don't like them. So I try not to purchase them because you're just throwing away money at that point. But I guess that's it. Thanks, guys. I mean, tank's almost filled. Boom. I'm gonna stop it right there, and then I might just put back in all that junk. So if there's still any more snails or any eggs that hatch, they'll kind of be drawn to it. I can just pull them out in one swoop. So I don't know, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'm still unsure of it, but I did enjoy the votes and was pleasantly surprised that hanging out and, you know, listening to me, watching me do maintenance was an option that you guys liked. After this video, it might change, but let me know, guys. Still, as always, I like hearing from you guys. Let's think about live streams, and I will probably upload this video very soon, hopefully tomorrow, and get ready for the swap video. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.